absolutely. I'm on mostly all social media outlets. I'm on Instagram under Hot Kitty Cat. That's HOTT Kitty, and then cat is spelled KAT. You can also Google me, and you can see a lot of things that I've done, and you can see also a lot of upcoming, projects, as well as my single that just dropped on June 10th called Down Low. That's Dino featuring Hot Kitty Cat, which is me. And it's so far getting a very, very good and positive feedback from different radio stations. And I'm also on Twitter. On Twitter, I'm under, it's actually Hot Kitty Cat at Tiffany Stiger. So you can look out for me on Twitter, and that's TIFFAMYSTIGER. That's on Twitter. And if you want to look for me on Facebook, I have my Facebook fan page set up. It also has a lot of upcoming things and things from the past and my music, as well as some videos on there. And you can definitely check me out on Facebook, Hot Kitty Cat. And yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me at.
All right, and for me, excuse me, it's Doc Sizzle, DOCSIZZLE. You can hit me up on Facebook /Doc Sizzle. You can hit me on the Instagram, Doc Sizzle. You can hit me on Twitter, Doc Sizzle. You want to check out some of my music? I do have some things right now that's in stores. You can check me out on the G Unit mixtape. It's called Three Willin' and Dealin'. That's a project right there I'm involved with. You could also check me out on Snoop Dogg, Welcome to the Church. You could also check me out on the album on Snoop Dogg, Compton and Long Beach. That's a project that I'm involved in. So if y'all want to hear some of my music, make sure y'all check out them projects and catch me in the streets. You know what I mean? This is DOC to the Sizzle, straight out of Compton. You're listening to Hot on the Block. You dig? Chuck.
This is Hot Kitty Cat on Hot on the Block, representing, holding it down, and make sure you stay tuned.
All right. So, can you just let people know, you guys are telling us, why you do what you do, the purpose of why you do it. How do you want to be known? What do you want people to know you for? Like at the, maybe towards the end of your career, or what do you want to go down for?
Basically,
go ahead, Chief.
Oh no, you can go first. You want me to go first? We're both so passionate about it. We both try to talk at the same time sometimes. That's how much the love is there. But me and Doc Sizzle, we both have the same passion. We're very like-minded people in terms of music. Like we think similar alike because we both really have that inspiration and passion in our heart. And what I want to be known by in terms of music is just for putting like good quality out there. There's not garbage or trash or anything like that, but to be able to put quality out there that's different than what everybody else is putting out there, because when I do my homework on people, I realize that the difference that I have between what they have is, one, I'll sit down and mastermind my own song and put together a hit within a day or so, and that's how people come to me like, yo, make me a hit, make my music pop. I know you can do it. Like, I have producers that just because I'm a female rapper, they would say, well, I thought your lyrics was going to be trash. And I'm like, no, I actually spend the time, and I actually, like, just have that in me to make great hit songs. And I would have producers that say, hey, they with these big labels, and they work with these artists, and they would give me their trashiest beats and just say, I wasn't giving you my good stuff because I didn't know that you could really put it down like that, because they never listened to me. They just my friends, and they just like, out of love, I'm gonna look out for you and give you a few tracks. And then they say, well, if a female like you can make my track pop like that, and this was my weakest track, like, I'm behind you all the way. So I had a partner that I used to do business with a lot, that worked with a lot of major names, and we were business partners like years ago when I was first starting to really get my feet wet in music. And he would see that, hey, like, she's really different because she can really put good quality out there with the worst beats. Like, I would make a bad track sound like a platinum hit. Like, he's like, yo, you've done it before. And then people will come at me and say, okay, the only problem I see with your music is that you need better beats. Like, you make that beat sound good. I know you can make this beat sound phenomenal. So I want to just be known for, like, putting good quality out there that's different and versatile than what other people are putting out there. And just to show you that, like, I can reach different you know, aspects of the game. Like, I could do a hip-hop song. I could do, you know, different quality. Like, I'm not just focusing on just one or two different things. Like, I could hit different, you know, charts, you know, and hit different, you know, aspects of the game to put different quality out there. So that's basically what I want to be known for, is just my true gift and talent, and that is music.
Very cool.
Put your input on it, because I know you know a lot about this.
I mean, myself, I just want to be, you know, left known as a good rap legend that left behind something positive. I mean, coming up out of Compton, you know, definitely there's been a lot of negativity and a lot of artists that just come with that street hood music and, you know, the gang banging and the street politicking, but there's also a good side of the Compton. So, you know, I just kind of want to be that dude that show, you know, these youngsters coming up nowadays and the people that's listening to the music that it is a bright side of Compton. It ain't just all about gang banging and being from the hood and talking negative, but being versatile. You know, when I make music, I like to make music that, you know, all nationalities are like an essay, a black, a Chinese, whoever, you know what I mean? And just being creative, you know, loving doing what I do. I just try to, you know, keep everything positive. You know, the people that I work with have been some real good legends. And I think a lot of people just really lost that energy with the way that the music industry have, you know, what it have transformed into. So I just want to be one of those ones that, you know, do leave a good legacy behind and show people that it is something different and you can be different. You don't have to be, you know, always talking about the hood, or you don't have to be a dude that, you know, gets shot 10 times or go to jail or on parole or none of that. Just to be yourself and keep it real, you know. So me, myself, I want to just keep something behind that's, like I say, positive and the world can enjoy, and, you know, I'll be looked at as a good person, which I am. So that's what time it is with myself.
And very cool and very bold, very admirable. And I love you guys' music, love your brands. And you know, I want people to tune in and, you know, follow you. Okay, so, you know, we're being joined right now. We have a caller, you know, and I know who it is. It's my main Lyric. You know, he's also brand Lyric. What's going on? Thank you for joining.
Peace. What's going on, y'all? What's happening?
Hello.
All right.
What up?
Fine.
Lyric, before anything, can you just let everybody know where you're calling from and who you are?
Well, I'm calling out of the Bronx, New York. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm a fellow MC, you know, and also a radio host, you know what I'm saying, radio show personality. I have my own show called The Independent Forum. It used to be on FLO Empire Radio. Shout out to FLO. Right now, we in talks with, you know, a specific radio station right now. Don't really want to give it out as of right now, but, you know, if you keep in tune on my Twitter and my Facebook and all that other stuff, you know, updates will be coming very soon. You know what I'm saying? So right now, you know, I'm just kind of getting in tune with the music and everything else like that. You know, I'm really loving this conversation right now that you guys are having. So
thank you. We appreciate that.
Lyric, can you just remind everybody maybe how they could get in contact with you, how they could reach you?
I mean, it's nothing, man. On Facebook, you know what I'm saying? You can holler at me, you know, Lyrics 156, Reverb Nation, Lyrics 156. You know what I mean? SoundCloud, Lyrics BX. You know what I'm saying? There's many ways. You know what I'm saying? You can Google me up, Lyrics 156. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is right now.
All right, very cool. All right, Lyric, you know, you've been listening to the conversation. You've been listening to these two great stories. You know, what would you like to know about them?
I mean, basically, like, like I said, I've been hearing what you were saying, especially my man here with the positivity or whatever out of Compton. I mean, yeah, I got family in California, whatever, and you know, like they tell me stories about how they used to sleep under the bed, man, with all the gang violence, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna ask you an honest question. Do you feel that, you know, as an artist, you know what I'm saying, like, besides the positivity, like, what type of impact are you really trying to make with your music? You know what I'm saying? So you get to people's ears.
Well, I mean, I'm really just trying to leave an impact of good music, just something that people can really relate to, you know, because nowadays the music, everybody just talking about how they turn up, how they drink, you know, how they got the Billys and the Maybachs and the this and that. And, you know, a lot of that stuff is not true, you know, it's they riding around in buckets and, you know what I mean, and flossing fake jewels and all that type of stuff. And I'm just not into that myself. I'm into keeping it real, you know. If I can't put a real chain around my neck, I'd rather just step outside in an all-white T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. So I think my impact is just to really keep it real and give people stories that they can really relate to, you know, because there's always something that people are going through. And it's crazy because sometimes when I write music, you know, people would think like, you know, they might think like, you know, like, wow, did he really go through that? Or is that really something he live up to? And it don't necessarily have to be that direction. It could be an experience that I just see one of my friends or my homies go through, or who know, I might write a love song. It don't necessarily mean I'm talking about a particular woman or nothing like that. It may just be the experience and things that, you know, I know that an average person will go through in a relationship, or how people might feel when they're in a relationship. And I think when you're a good writer, that's what makes you good, when you're able to just take your mind and be creative and just talk about what the reality of life is and experiences that people go through on a daily basis.
Okay, that's what's up. Like, yo, I respect that. That, yo, wow. Like, it's been a while since I heard, like, an answer like that as far as, you know, like, cats coming into the music biz or whatever, because, like, you know, I've seen cats come, I've seen cats go, man, and trust me, everybody, for some reason, is on some turn-up type stuff or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is, man, because I'm definitely all about real music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This next question, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask another question to the lady, you know.
Okay, no doubt.
Yeah. Now, as a female rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel that you have that makes you totally different from the rest of the female, like, MCs that are out? Like, female, well, actually, I can't even call them MCs. Some of them are actually rappers. You know what I'm saying? From the female, like what separates you from the rest? You know what I'm saying? What makes you think that you can, you know, like, stand out on your own against the, you know, the female competition that's out right now?
I think basically what stands me out from, like, the rest of my competitors is a couple different things. Like, when I did my homework on some of my competitors, I'm like, wow, you know, for example, like, they couldn't write a bar to save their life. Like, they literally have people in the booth with them writing every single bar for them. To me, you're not a real lyricist when you do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody could go in and go and rap something out, but for somebody to have that extra quality there where you can actually write and you can feel the music and it's in your soul and you bringing out that realness that you're feeling, like, that's like what I spit is, that's my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I might spit on a bad relationship that I had. I might spit on you know, something that happened to my brother, my mother, my dad passing away. It's gonna be my experiences and it's gonna be like what I feel in my soul. You know, so that's what I feel like I'm different from a lot of females that's out there. Because my brother, you know, he dated a chick, and she used to come at him like, yo, Rock, can you please write me a song? Like, she had the voice, but she could not write a bar to save her life. And my brother was like spitting dope bars, battling, freestyling, doing this and that out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And he was known for being a true lyricist. And so for this chick to come at him, and she was like, "Yo, I really need you." She was like, "I can't write, but I could perform, and I got the voice everybody tells me." So he would like write her some stuff and make her name go, you know, real heavy. And so that's an example that I feel like I separate myself because, you know, I try my best to put like the best quality out there, and I'm gonna write every bar myself. And a lot of times dudes didn't respect me at first because they be like, you know, she's too this and that. She don't, you know, like let's see if she could freestyle and battle. And I literally was in a battle with nothing but dudes. I was the only female standing there. And my brother, being a lyricist, and my brother would tell his friends, like, yo, she could really rap. She could really spit bars. They was like, that cute chick ain't rapping. Come on, stop it. And my brother would be like, yeah, she really could rap. And he'd be like, don't stop co-signing her. They was like, you're just co-signing her because she's your sister. My brother like, watch. And then we would be battling, literally going around in a circle, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to be 10 of us going around till it reached me. And then when I go, like everybody was rapping back and forth, and literally, true story, the last two standing was me and my brother. Everybody ran out of bars, got choked up, muffled up. They couldn't spit nothing else, and me and my brother, the two last standing. And that's just the way I saw it. They was like, man, you was right. She hard, yo. Like, she's so hard. It's like I told you. You know what I'm saying? So I have to really prove myself to people that I really can spit, because you know how people look at you as a bitch and they're like, oh, she's too cute, she can't do that. No, I really spit hard. I go hard and I go in.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up, man. Like, I think that's what the game is missing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, true spitters or whatever. I mean, cats that can still, you know, hit the commercial aspect of things, but also like true lyricists, true MCs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all don't mind, I'll share a little story with y'all, if you don't mind. I remember seeing, you know, it was a clip, like a Hot 97 clip. Some cat named Lil Uzi. You know what I'm saying? What was it? They was on Evo in the morning. Evo was gonna put on a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like a Gangstar beat. You know what I'm saying? Mass Appeal. Now, for true lyricists, you know what I'm saying, y'all already know what it is when somebody put on a DJ Premier beat and wants you to spit to Premier. Yo, we used to, I don't know about y'all, but, yo, we used to beg cats to put on DJ Premier beat so we could spit and freestyle. You know what I'm saying? So this kid was lucky to even have Evo think about that. This dude had the nerve to say, yo, what's that? I don't rhyme on that. What's that? Yo, I'm a trap rapper. Yo, what's that? Like, putting that on, man. Yo, real talk, like, I just looked in disgust. I'm like, this is what the future is bringing right now? Like, this is who you want me to pass the torch to? Get the out of here, man. Nah, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, it's refreshing to hear something like that, you know, opposite to what Lil Uzi Vert is talking about. You know, you spitting the trap. I can spit the trap, underground, whatever, man. Though I'll share something with y'all that my man Mr. Mac told me years ago. Shout to Mr. Mac, you know, the Plague, RP, Pumpkinhead, all that. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Mac, he always told me, he was like, yo, real MC spit to anything. You know what I'm saying? If you really spit to anything, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, you know?
Exactly.
It's not for everybody, man.
Facts. Yeah, that's what it is, man.
That's really true. That's really true. I see that too, because some people, when we were battling and stuff, I would hear people like, oh no, change the track, change that. But like you said, I feel the same way. A real lyricist can spit to anything. Because it's about transforming your mind to be able to adapt to the new music and being able to flow. So that's when you know where it's a true lyricist, when they can definitely spit to anything.
Right, and adding to that, you know, I feel like a lot of artists out there nowadays, they don't know how to be versatile. It's like they want to go in the direction that they want to go in, and that's not what music is about. That's why you hear sometimes you might hear a song and it might not sound right. Like the artist might be flowing good, but maybe the beat not there, or maybe, you know, the beat might be tight, but the artist is just not talking about the right stuff. You know, I think music comes from the soul. It's from the beat and the soul. So, you know, you have to really kind of like set your mind to the direction that the beat is going in and what you would talk about. Like, you might get a beat and it might sound like something where a story should be told about life or something. Then you kind of want to come off with a life story on it. You know, you don't want to start talking about your cars, your goal, your what you got on top of that type of track. So I think it's just about matching it up. And when you're a writer, that's what you could do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to take a beat that sound like some opera and don't go along in that direction of what people that like opera might, you know, want to hear. So I feel like, you know, that's one thing that artists have to learn how to do. And when you're a true writer and you're a true artist, then there's nothing for you to do that. It's not all about what you like, because when you're making music, you want to sell records. You don't want to just make music about the hood. Like I always use for an example, like coming out of Compton, you know, the gang banging, the streets, the drug dealing, all that was real heavy. But it's not just about that, and a lot of that stuff has played out, and people don't want to hear it. You know, music is a joy. People want to hear good stuff. That's why you see so many artists that in the past have made, you know, good soulful music, and people bought it. Like, take for instance, one of the most rappers out there that people probably feel like they didn't like him, which was MC Hammer. You know what I mean? But people bought MC Hammer, from kids to grandmas. And when I make music, that's what I try to think about. I think about every nationality. I think about every age, because everybody not gonna like all your music. So you have to think about, how do I accommodate everybody? It's not just about me talking about, well, me being from Compton in the hood and shooting up niggas and drug dealing. Because guess what? There's somebody parent out there that don't want to hear that. There's somebody that's in the church and maybe don't want to hear the negativity. They want to hear some positive. So I think on every album, you know, I try to be that. And it's funny because I remember like being in the street selling underground CDs, and I might have some stuff, you know, like with MCA from Compton, you know, shout outs to my nigga A. I might have something with him, and we might be talking about some hood stuff. Then I might flip it, and I might have a song called, you know, Hold On, that's talking about being positive, you know, holding on, you know, doing whatever you got to do to make it out here. And I would sell my music to people, and sometimes they would hear it and they'd be like, wow, you know, I didn't expect that from you. Or they might just come back and say, you know, I really like the positive song. You should make all your music like that. Or why did you put this on the CD with that? You know, this song you talked about the streets, and then the next song you talked about, you know, maybe somewhat being in the godly direction. And that's what being versatile was all about, because you have to have something there that capture everybody. Because if you got the church people buying your stuff, if you got the hood people buying your stuff, if you got the ladies buying your stuff, which is most definitely something you always want to touch on, because women are very good high supporters in this music. They'll spend their money on the CD or some music that they like. Reverse, a lot of dudes, they want it free, they want to duplicate from their homies, they want the bootleg, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, there is some guys out there that's true fans that will go and buy the music, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's just about trying to figure out, how do I feed everybody? You know what I mean? How do I capture the ears of all ages, all nationalities, and just, you know, everybody that's out there? That's what makes you a unique artist.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's that's well said. I can't even, that's real talk, man. Like, I don't even know what to say after that one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, this is a very interesting conversation here about the music business and all that. I was actually trying to think of another question to ask you guys, or whatever have you. I was like, you know what? I'll ask you something simple, both of you guys. Where do you see yourself in, I'll say, in the next 2 to 5 years musically? Like, as far as getting in the business, getting your brand ready, you know, just like, you know, forming yourself up to be that artist that you guys know that you can be. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I would say like when I take a vision and I look into my future and what, like, for me making these baby steps and then taking these jumps and progressing and everything going ahead, I was like, what will my future be at in the next few years? And when I think about that, I see myself like more established. I see myself escalating more on my record sales, on my business, and then forming more, you know, connections and better at networking and being at more venues and just being like a global figure, because I already having like love from different countries and states and so forth. And I just see that things will start being more globally, and more people will start being aware, more, you know, record sales was gonna definitely, like, I had like 2 million streams before. Like, I think that I'm just gonna be escalating in my career and being on the right path and getting more streams, more downloads, more you know, proficient publications and things like that, to where that my numbers are climbing on the charts and then doing well. So I see like myself more established and actually having businesses and having something where I could talk and lecture other people in the game, just to be a very sufficient source to them so that they can understand how this process works. Because when I come across people and I see that they've been taken advantage of by other people, I take it personal, like, dang, I was that person before. Like, and I try to help them and get them on the right track, because that's the given nature in my heart that I have, that I help people. It's like some people say, what are they, perfect in life? And mine is just like to help people. It's like I get a joy out of that. I don't know why I'm so different than most of my friends, because most of my friends would say, dang, I can't get you to help nobody to save their life. You know, so, you know, I sometimes I have to cut my circle down, because I feel like I'm the only one that really cares about people. Besides Doc Sizzle and me, we have like very similarities in the way we think and the way our passion is and love for music, that we naturally have a nurturing quality about us, that we care about other people. And, you know, that's why I always do a lot of stuff. I donate, I help, I do the best that I can to get people in the right direction. I give a lot of free information to people. And then I get, like, people saying, why don't you charge for that? Like, why don't you do this? I'm like, you know what? It's just like, for me, feeling the joy of helping somebody, it makes me feel happy. That's where I get my joy from. And then God blesses me with more opportunity. I look at it like I create good karma.
Okay, that's what's up. Hey, my man, the same question goes to you, bro. Like, what do you feel?
I mean, Kitty Cat, she pretty, you know, Kitty Cat, she pretty much, you know, knocked it on the edge of what it is. You know, it's all about for myself, just, you know, unity and being helpful to the music industry. You know, because I know me personally, myself coming up, I was around a lot of heavy hitters, and you know, everybody had an attitude of, you know, nobody helped me or nobody didn't show me nothing, so why should I help the next artist? And I feel like that's a negative attitude to have about the situation, because it's all about building yourself, branding yourself, and, you know, giving some give back if you want to see your blessings come to you. I mean, personally, myself, I just, you know, like I said, I've been around cats that's been, you know, doing this stuff for a long time. And when I was coming up, they wouldn't really show us the game. It was kind of like, just watch me do it, and that was it. And I want to be a leader that, you know, show these artists what they need to really see and tell them what they really need to hear, because, you know, knowledge is everything, and just experiencing it really gives me, you know, the real knowledge that I really need. You know, it's kind of like if you're trying to, you know, squeeze blood out of a turtle when it ain't there, you know, it's just not there. There's nothing you can do about it. So I definitely want to leave an impact on people, to just the realness, and, you know, maybe give them an easier role where they don't have to go through some of the rough stuff that I personally been through as an artist myself, because I pay dues, you know, and I understand that that's something every artist have to do and they have to work hard at. But, you know, having the knowledge and knowing the business, that's the key to it all, you know, to have that success at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me, like, coming up, like, before, I say before the radio show, like, when I was just 100%, like, you know, just coming up on the music situation, like, I don't know how it is out in Cali, but I know in New York, it's kind of like a dog-eat-dog type world, you know what I'm saying? Like, Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There were cats that were, you know, about the unity, and and these were cats that were about helping each other. But then, you know, for the most part, it's like if you don't fit in that circle, you know what I'm saying, or if you don't fit within a certain type of clique or crew or whatever, you really had to prove yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no choice but to prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, then it's like after you prove yourself, whatever, after you show that you were nice, you were dope, then everybody will sit there and come there and help you out because they see that, yo, this cat got talent. Or 9 times out of 10, they'll either use you for that as a stepping stone towards their situation. You know what I'm saying? And those were the cats that, like, those were the cats that I ran into, but then I ran into more cats that were about supporting and about helping and about, you know, giving me jewels to continue going through my day, you know what I'm saying, try to become a better MC, a better lyricist. You know what I'm saying? Even cats that taught me about the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, my father, he's a blues musician. So he always taught, he didn't know nothing about hip-hop, but he knew about, you know, the music business. You know what I'm saying? So I was actually blessed to have somebody on my side to show me that part of it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like my man here too, man, like I know a couple of heavy hitters myself or whatever have you, you know what I'm saying? But I always wanted to go at it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the type of mentality I always had. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was some cats that I met that, you know, we clicked up, we was in groups and all that other stuff and all that. But me and my boy Abe Wonder, shout out to Abe, you know what I'm saying? We built our own brand, you know, with the group we had, City Coach and the Rap Alliance and anything else of that nature. And yo, we just right now we doing us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, shout out to everybody in that circle. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, my advice to y'all, man, you know, just, you know, keep at it. You know what I'm saying, man? Just, you know, just try to reach out for as many, you know, like festivals or like shows or whatever that you guys possibly do. You know what I'm saying? Just keep getting on your grind. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cause
right, it's like building a train, man, you know?
Most definitely.
You know, I was going to say it's like building a train. You know, nobody will help you build it, but everybody want to ride when it's rolling. You know, so that's what the music has been like to me. I mean, you know, you just have to believe in what you do and keep pushing, you know, because a lot of these labels, I mean, they just pretty much, you know, ride off of what they feel like is really going. You know, the industry, it's good and it's bad because, you know, the bad side about things is that, you know, everybody can't get a record deal. Like back in the day, they'll take a couple million and they'll make 10 people share it. Nowadays, it's like, okay, we don't really want to sign you for a year or two. We want to sign you for 10 years. We want a piece of your brand. We want some of your publishing. If you're a female artist, can we make a Barbie doll out of you? Can we make a T-shirt brand of you? Can we do a clothing line? What can you do? Can you play the piano? So it's about really just making yourself different and believing in what it is that you do, because once you built that impact, anybody will jump on it. I mean, who don't want to be part of something that's positive and rolling? It's just the fact of getting people to believe in what it is you do. I mean, 90% of these artists out here that's owned in the industry, nobody really didn't believe in them. Nobody didn't think they would do nothing. I mean, you take an artist, for instance, like Drake. I mean, he's one of the artists right now that's on the top, and you know, he went in plenty of companies, people didn't feel him. Same thing with Master P. He had people to throw CDs back on him on the stage. But look at him at this time and day. You know, he one of the biggest around. So I feel like you just have to really believe in what it is you do and keep pushing, because when it's going, everybody will feel it. You know, most people get, you know, their publicity from TV or the radio, you know, because that's what people go by. The radio just constantly plays something, and then that tune gets stuck in your head, and before you know it, you like it. It's just like you might hear a song, and you be like, it's cool, and then you might be kicking it with your homies, drinking and smoking and having a good time. That same song might play, and you be like, what's that? And your boy be like, damn, that's the song I played yesterday. You feel me? So it's kind of like, you know, it's all a hype at the end of the day, you know. So that's why I always tell artists, the main thing is just build yourself, believe in what it is you believe in, and keep pushing. You know, you can't ride off somebody else, or you can't try to take somebody else's style. You just have to be different. Talk about what you really know, what you can believe in, because when you talk about stuff that you really experienced and went through, it's from your heart. So you really touching people on how you feel, and anybody can say something, you know, that a person could feel if they really speaking that real and they really keeping it real with themselves. Now, if you just side talking, then of course people not gonna feel that. But you know, it's just like if you down and you sad and you going through something and you say, man, I want to kill myself, people gonna believe your ass because you down at the time. But if you happy, having fun, and you looking good, and you say, man, I want to kill myself, man, get out of here, you just talking, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about that impact that you put out there, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna get back. So I say the number one thing is just keep it 100 with yourself at all times. If you're not a gangster, then don't talk about gangster stuff. Like I said, back to MC Hammer again. He wasn't a gangbanger. He talked about You Can't Touch This and the Addams Family and all that type of stuff. But he sold millions and millions of records. He brought an impact to kids. He brought an impact to people that wanted to hear happy music. He brought music that Disneyland would play while you on the ride. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. Then on the flip side, you might not know nothing but hood stuff and gangbanging, and it's a lot of cats that spit that, and it's real related to people because you know what, they really experienced it, they really been through it, they really lived that life. So just be 100 with yourself, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what it takes you to the top. And then be versatile and think about what you're doing. Don't settle. You know, you have to try to perfect everything you're doing, from the beat to the lyrics, because it all starts within the beat. You know, when the beat come on, if you can't feel it, then nobody's gonna even listen to your lyrics. So it all have to be fillable music because it comes from the soul. It's the joy. It's the way you deliver what it is that you're trying to get across.
Yes, sir. That's gospel right there, man. You know what I mean? That's real, like, music gospel right there, man. For real. Like I was saying, like with on this side of town with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be honest with you, man. This in the Bronx, growing up in the Bronx, being around the humble beginnings of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? What they call the humble beginnings of hip hop. It's crazy to see what it is now. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, it is. Like, it's like, you know, just from the simple rhymes and the street codes, the culture, like with the breakdance and all that, to how it has become like a multi-million-dollar business. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or bad right now, the fact of the matter remains is you had cats like Puff Daddy and, you know, Dre and Master P, who actually show cats how to do it on the business end. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, I ain't gonna lie, I was straight 100% underground. I was like, yo, forget all these dudes, but then I had to really think about it. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, these cats is really showing dudes how to make money, you know what I'm saying, in the hip-hop, you know what I'm saying, in the world of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're keeping it real or not, that's not really the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keeping it profitable, you know what I'm saying, within the culture. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, like you were saying before, bro, like, like when people see the train moving, they don't want to jump on it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that, you know, when it comes to me or whatever, like, well, actually, when it, excuse me, I feel that everybody should have their own lane. You know what I'm saying? And, like, stay in their own lane and be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying with Drake. Drake, for those who don't know about Drake, you know what I'm saying, his career, he was working with cats like Little Brother, Dwele, you know, like certain underground hip-hop heads like L.Y.R.I.C.S from Slum Village and whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ever check his mixtape out, it's called Comeback Season. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was working with such cats as that. You know what I'm saying? Like Ninth Wonder. You know what I'm saying? Cats like that. So, you know, he's been doing, before he actually got signed to was it Young Money or whatever, he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, like people really wasn't trying to hear him. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody knows him from being from what's that show? Degrassi, Jimmy from Degrassi, the kid in the wheelchair. That's how I remember him. You know what I'm saying? But getting to the point, you know, like if anything, the cats need to know their business, man. As far as like money and publishing and all that other stuff. Now, you know, my next question with y'all is, how do you guys feel as far as publishing, man? Like, how important is publishing to you? You know what I'm saying? Keeping your publishing, keeping your masters and all that other stuff.
I mean, publishing to me it's a very important part of it all, because, you know, publishing is something that, you know, it lives on with you forever. I mean, you know, you might die and, you know, you want to leave something behind in your family, your kids, or, you know, whoever. You know, you don't want to just give up 100% of that publishing. I mean, even if you let someone bite into it, you know, what a lot of artists don't understand about publishing, they just so quick to say, okay, I'm giving up the publishing, but they don't realize when they do that, you know, they're giving up a big part of it all. You know, sometimes things, today's dollar could stop you from getting tomorrow's million, you know, and a lot of artists really have that mentality where it's like, okay, well, this dude finna give me 20K or 30K or 50K, so, you know, he could have it all. And then in the long run, when they turn around and sell 1 million records, they realize, like, okay, that was a bad move. So you can't just think about that today's move. You have to think about the longevity, you know, and when you pass away, like, who collecting royalties from your music if it's still playing on the radio 10, 20, 30 years from now? That's just like Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? When he died, I mean, you know, his publishing was still there. His kids, his mama, his family eating off of it, and they're going to continue to keep eating off of it. Same thing with Barry White, you know what I mean? Rest in peace. You know, that was really my road dog right there, and he showed me a lot of stuff. And, you know, I remember, like, when, you know, he was telling me, like, when he first started, you know, a lot of people were selling their stuff out to CBS. CBS is an original real company that's not even around this day, but at the same time, it was like, you know, him not selling out his publishing. When he did pass, his wife ate off records. She's still eating off his music. His kids is eating off his music. And I think that's a smart thing, you know, rather than just taking the little upfront money and letting these companies rape us, because that's what they have been doing, you know, over the past years. They just been kind of like, you know, making everything look bigger than what it is. It's kind of like you got to fake it till you make it. And that's the labels mentality. They think is, put this chain on your neck, take this little bit of money, take this lease car, this lease house, you know what I mean, and make you look big. And people go off of first time impression. It means everything. You know, it's just like if you going on a date with a female and she show up raggedy, you don't think she a raggedy female. She can't really be a raggedy female, but if she show up looking good, you know, all you can do is look at that. So it's like, those are the things that's painted in your head. So, you know, with that being said, when it comes to the publishing, you know, you just have to really make sure you do own some of that. Even if you take the 500 or the 300,000, whatever they're gonna give you to get some of that publishing, then just make sure, you know, you got 50-40% of it something, because publishing is very important. Because when your music play on the radio, that's how you getting paid. When your videos is playing, that's how you getting paid. You know what I mean? Certain royalties and stuff like that off your music, that's how you collecting your ends. So I personally myself feel like publishing plays a big role in it, and that's why it's very important for artists to have that knowledge of the music game, because some of them don't understand that. Some of them even think publishing is distribution, you know what I mean? But you have to know every identity of what is what when it comes to this music business.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, you don't know how many conversations I had with like my dad and amongst other artists as far as publishing and stuff of that nature. You know, I heard back in like the 50s, 60s, they used to like, it was like a much more easier time when they used to like take their publishing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be till like years later when after the person died, or, you know, people got older or whatever, where they want to sue the company for their publishing back and all the hell that they had to go through in order to get that money. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like, yeah, publishing is a very, very very important part of that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like show performances and all that, I mean, like, how do you guys visualize yourself for a show? Like, how do you prepare for a show? You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying. Like, how do you prepare yourselves for a show? I mean, whether it's 500 or 500 people, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your show preparation? You like practice, or you just jump on the stage and do your thing?
I mean, me personally, myself, I feel like, you know, a show is everything because you basically showing the people what you got and what it is you could do. I feel like any artist that just jump on the stage and just start rapping, singing, or whatever it may be they doing, you know, and just do it, that's not really a good performer. I mean, when you doing shows, you want to bring that energy, you know. You want to go up there with a hype man, get you a DJ, get you a dancer, put a routine together. You know, don't just jump on the stage and start rapping because you're not bringing nothing different. And I think that's where it have really changed that too with a lot of artists. By them not coming up in that old school genre, it's kind of like they don't understand and they think it's just about rapping and standing still on the stage or walking back and forth a little bit, and that make them a good performer. But you know, a performance, when you go to see a performance, you know, you want to see entertainment. You want to be entertained. And, you know, a lot of artists have to go back to the roots of that, like really entertaining people, crowd reaction. To me, that's a very big part of it. Because, like, when I do shows personally myself, what really make me happy is, like, I like to play with the crowd and bother them, and I could see the smiles. I could see the change of the energy in the building. So that kind of make me feel good because I go in there, I see everybody just doing their thing and people buying drinks and they walking around and, you know, they just sitting there and they just looking. But then you come in there and you start making them interact with you. It's like, oh, they feel that, they get hype, and, you know, people know that music joy when it's being gave to them. And a lot of artists have to remember that the performance really mean a lot, because you know what, if I'm not going to give it to you right, I'd rather not give it to you at all. Just to go on the stage and say I did a show, that's not me. I want to go on the stage and do a show and leave something behind that people going to go home and talk about. The next day when they wake up, I want to be on their mind. I had fun last night. Oh, who rocked it? Oh, that dude did. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like every artist should really be aiming at, rather than just to be able to say, I did a show. You know, because it changed nowadays. And, you know, you never know the benefits sometimes that can come out of you rocking the crowd, because you might be doing the show and you might rock the crowd, and it might be another promoter in that crowd that he do clubs or he put on events, and he see that energy, he see how people liking you. Then that's what make them say, okay, come on, I want you over here. Now your value becomes something, because guess what? I want what the people like. It's just like radio. I don't want to play your music and don't nobody want to hear this shit. I'm not going to get no listeners. Same thing with a show. I don't need you on my stage and you can't make nobody come to this show. You know, a lot of artists just think like, oh, you know, I'm finna be over here performing and this is what I do, and then they get mad because they can't get paid for shows, or they never going to that next level, or why nobody not putting it in their pocket. Whereas because your value, your worth ain't nothing. So you have to figure out, how do I make myself different from everybody else? How do I make people enjoy me? Because if they enjoy me, more likely they're going to become a fan and they're going to follow me to the next spot to see me do what I do, because it's entertaining. It's just like, you know, out here we got Disneyland, Magic Mountain, Osbury Farm. People go do them things. Why? Because I want to have fun. I want to clear my mind. I want to do something, you know what I mean, that my kids like doing and my family like doing. So it's the same thing with music. When I go in the club personally myself, I want to dance, have fun. I want to drink. I don't want to think about none of the hard times or the negative stuff I'm going through. I just want to have things that keep my mind occupied with happiness and fun. And so as an artist, you have to do that. You just go on the stage and you rap, and it's like, who really cares? You didn't separate yourself. You have to make your own lane in this music stuff. And I feel like a lot of those old school rappers, not even the old school, but a lot of the 90 rappers, even some of the 2000s, you know, they really brought that energy that people really like and they enjoyed. So that's why people continue to support. They come to these shows. Nowadays, you see artists, you go to shows, you see more artists there than the public. And that's not a good look. Why? That's telling you because it's only people that's trying to do something believing in it going. But when you go to a club, or a show, wherever it may be, and you see a lot of people that just came to support and spent their money because they want to see something, then that's really where it's at. You know what I mean? That's why so many promoters are going to the older artists and the artists that been around, or even artists that's playing on the radio. They giving them the shots. We're reversed back in the day. It was kind of like, you dope, I need you, I want you, but you don't find that in too many artists nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like these artists feel like they're entitled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where that came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like you don't really have to work and like pay your dues nowadays. It's like, oh well, I got the look. Yeah, I'm just gonna spit a little jibber jabber. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? So, what my next question is to you, are you still there, Des? Hello?
Yo.
I was seeing if the lady, she was still there with a
Kitty Cat?
Yeah, Kitty Cat.
She must have got disconnected again.
Wow. Oh, man.
Oh, hello? I was speaking, but nothing was coming out. I don't know why. That's weird. Yeah, I'm here.
She was on the.
I'm like,
what
happened?
She was on the other line. She went on the other line with us, man. You see how she did? What Quincy Jones?
No, I didn't.
Well, nah.
That's funny, though.
For you there, Miss Kitty Cat.
Yes.
In your opinion, in your mind, what separates being dope from being hot? You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by that is, you have MCs such as yourself or whatever have you, MCs, whatever, that are dope spitters or whatever, but can also make songs, as opposed to you have women that are hot. You know what I'm saying? Like Iggy Azalea or whoever that, you know, is all bobbied up and is spitting what they think the masses want to hear. What is your difference between that? What do you think is the difference?
What my difference is between that is, I even have a song that I made, and on my song I spit some really dope lyrics, and I tell people, I said, like, you know, I'd rather, like, you know how everybody wants to spit from like the beginning of female hip hop times, talking about I'm Barbie. And this and that, and I said, you know, I could never be Barbie. That's just a stunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I let people know, like, that doesn't cut it for me, because Barbie is like, you know, what does that do? You know, that don't do nothing for nobody, but just a look or like a fictitious thing, because people claiming they Barbie, they done got all this work done to them to what they think society believes is beautiful. And I tell people all the time, beauty is like different. God made all of us different. Even though people rate me as like such a beautiful person, I said my soul is more beautiful than what you could visually see, because beauty is like within. It doesn't, you know, people put this you know, this whole thing up to what they think is beauty, just what's displayed on TV today, or what they make this, you know, certain looks to be like, this is what's supposed to be beautiful. And I think that, like, if you have someone that's so beautiful, but then their mind and their heart and their soul is not in the right place, then, you know, to me, that's not valuable at all. Because, you know, if you get somebody and then they ripping you off and they heart and intentions ain't good, then that's not good. And that's the same with music. Music is like that too. Like, some people they say that sex sells and all this and that. Yeah, it does, because people like that. But at the same time, you know, you gotta have some good content to put out there as well. And what separates me is because, you know, I not only have, you know, a look that a lot of people consider to be very, very, you know, gorgeous, or what they consider to look great, but my content of what I provide is far more greater than the beauty itself, because I'm going to put out nothing but dope bars spitting, you know what I'm saying, bringing out fire music, that I put stuff out there that I like. Sometimes I make music and I'm like, okay, this is what I like, but what do my fans like? What do, you know, the world like? So I try to engage with the world to see like what it is that they like and what they want. You know what I mean? So that's how I provide, like a different, you know, a different reality than what a lot of people do, is because I'm gonna make sure that I put that dopeness out there, and you know, and I'm gonna put some real shit out there that's like real bars, and I'm gonna make sure that it's, you know, it's something that, you know, it comes from me and my soul, and it's gonna be different than what other people put out there, because I'm not gonna talk about a bunch of nonsense and stuff. You might hear me having a party club song where people can go and they can vibe to it and all that, this and that, but all my songs that I make, like I provide good content in there so that you can hear the realness and the dopeness is there. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Like, excuse me. I mean, like, basically, you know, you're just trying to walk a fine line with it, and that's definitely what's up. I hear you, because, you know, with the times changing, you know, the music changes, the fashion, the style changes. Now, this question's for both of you. Be honest with me. How do you guys feel about the fashion in hip-hop nowadays? Because I still have a thing against cats wearing tight jeans. I ain't with it. I ain't for it. I ain't, you know, stop going in your sister's closet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't with the tight, I'm not with the tight jeans, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you about to say, my man?
Well, I was just going to say, when it comes to fashion, me personally, myself, I think people are just not being open-minded no more. They're not being creative. You know, it's nothing against homosexuality, but it's kind of like that's what you're really seeing with the tight jeans and the holes in them and all this stuff. And it's nothing wrong with that. I mean, because it is people out there that like that, but I feel like you have to be versatile. It's just like, you know, like I said, I like to always bring up a lot of old school artists, because when they was doing their thing, it was like you never know what they was going to wear. They might come out in some jeans, or they might come out in some slacks or a suit. You don't know. And I think that's what keeps the excitement, because you never know what you're going to get. Nowadays, it's just about put on these skinny jeans, put on this shirt right here, and look like you barely could walk, like you got chains around your ankles, you know. And me personally, I'm just not feeling it. You know, it's like, you know, be different. You know, I mean, be creative. You know, you even had artists that was doing their own designery, man, and to me that was dope, because it's about, you know, giving people something different at the end of the day. It's about keeping the mind curiosity, but through everything. It's like that's why the major companies put money to brand artists like that, because they want to make people curious. But nowadays it's kind of like everybody just follow each other, and you know what I mean? It's the fashion, to me, it has just really changed up. And some of it I feel I'm not going to like, but some of it, it's like, I'm definitely not with the skinny jeans, because it's like, you know, you wearing tight pants, that's not cool. You know, only person I want to see with some tight pants on is a woman. You don't want to see no man in no tight pants. I'm definitely not feeling like the pants hanging all off your ass with your cheeks showing. It's like you go a little too far with that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I sag a little bit myself, but I'm not into like, you know, just sagging to where like my pants is lower than my ass. I mean, that's like a sign of, to me, I feel like that's like saying, hey, my ass is open for you to run up in it. You know what I mean? And that's not me, man. So, you know, I feel like people need to be, you know, more, I guess you could say, like, more versatile on what they do and what they wear, and you know, just keep the creativity to it instead of just following the direction of everybody else doing. It's too many followers and not enough leaders, and that's the problem with this whole industry, and that's why it has gone to what it has gone to. So it's just kind of all twisted up. And me personally, myself, that's why I want to come in at and show people that everything I do is what I believe in. I don't care if I don't make it to be the next big top artist, but at the end of the day, at least I could die saying I wrote for what I believed in, or what I liked, or what I felt, or what really made me happy. I didn't put no skinny jeans on because I want to look like Lil Wayne or, you know, any of them cats out there that's wearing that type of stuff. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Lil Wayne, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's kind of like you're not showing the world that you could be different. You know what I mean? I'm not saying put some baggy ass jeans on either, but you know what I mean? Just be you. If you didn't come up on skinny jeans, or skinny jeans ain't something you really feel, then don't put them on. You know, a lot of artists nowadays, they just really doing what they think everybody else is doing, instead of saying, hey, you know what, this is what I like, and creating their own lane. And I think the artists that have been the most successful are the ones that took a chance to say, this is what I like, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to come. And then the ones that go to the top, man. So, you know, you have to be a real one out here, man. That's the bottom line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of still stuck in the 90s, though. Like, you know, I get my little loose fit jeans and all that other stuff, man, because, like, you ain't never catching me with them tights on, man. I'm sorry, man. Dad and Unk boots and none of that. Like, I'm still a Tim and jeans dude, man. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, me too, man. But sometimes people feel like you old fashioned with that too, though, man. You know, because I'm that type of dude. Like, you know, I still wear creases in my pants. You're like, damn, you got a crease in your pants? You know, it's just, I don't know. That's me. That's what I like. But, you know, I understand it. I mean, excuse me, times have changed, so the fashion have changed. But if you could try to figure out a way in between it, I mean, that's really where it's at. You know what I mean? If you can kind of make it to where, okay, the old school like what you're doing, and the newer school, if you can find a niche in between, then I feel like that's where you really winning at. Like I said, be a people person to where everybody like what you're doing, because you might put something on and, you know, the new generation might look at you like, dang, that's old, that's played out, get them out of here. And you don't want that neither at the same time, but then you don't want to look like, okay, you know, you come from the school of that, and then all of a sudden you got on some skinny jeans and some this or that, because then you got cats that don't like that, and they look at that crazy. That's like you might look at me different if you saw me with a pair of skinny jeans on. It's like, get out of here, this dude ain't real, he ain't from Compton, he ain't, you know. So you have to keep that in mind and just try to be original, you know. That's all I can say on that.
Question, like, what is your take on fashion within hip hop nowadays?
My thing with fashion and hip hop right now is that I'm looking at it like, what happened? What happened? Because I'm seeing, then again, talking about skinny jeans, I'm seeing people in dresses. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, can you pause that?
Yeah,
like, is that a tunic or a dress? I'm like, yeah, this is definitely, I'm not feeling that, because I think that it takes the masculine out of being a man when you start wearing stuff that looks like it came out of your woman's closet. I think it just transcends hip hop to something else, and it puts the wrong message out there, you know, to people. So I definitely not feeling like, you know, how this fashion has been, you know, changing and being like, it's like, it's seeming like they're like men are looking more feminine. Just like I have a hard time trying to figure out if the guy likes women or not, because I'm like, wait a minute, real dudes is not definitely putting on something that's like stopping their circulation and their legs and all that, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, I'm like trying to think and figure out, okay, is he into women? And then I have to have somebody else like, yeah, he's not supposed to be gay. And I'm like, okay, not nothing against anybody, but I just try to figure out, like, you know, like understand the artist and who they are and stuff like that, because a lot of people have that question in the back of their mind when they see things, because the world is, you know, is like, we're visualists, so we want to, like, when we see a certain thing, then a lot of questions in the back of people's minds, like, okay, wait a minute, like, you know, is he like this or is he like that? Like, we try to figure it out and try to, like, brainstorm it, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely not, you know, picking up on a lot of the fashion that has been, you know, occurring lately, especially with people putting on dresses and stuff like that. That's definitely been something I've been hard for me to, like, swallow up and understand it, you know, for hip hop.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I don't have time calling nobody's name out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just me. I'm crazy like that. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
The boy Young Thug, you know what I'm saying? Perfect example, man. Like, I'm hearing the boy got like a lot of kids, man, but he's sitting there dressing in skirts and tight jeans and you know, like, oh man, blouses and all this other stuff, man. Like,
right.
And like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude who can barely rap it. What is that? Now, I don't know what that is. That alien song? Like I don't know what that is. Like what we doing here? Like is this a new form of English?
I don't know, man. I think it's that coming out of the closet music.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear me?
I'm here. I can't.
Oh, okay,
quiet. For a minute.
Yeah, I thought it might have
talked.
Okay, so we're back. All right, so cool. We got a lot of material. I got maybe a couple of more questions. I'm still recording. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. All right, so you guys, I wanted to thank you for sharing your story because you're basically giving us a lot of insight on what you do as far as your music business. Why don't you let us get to know you a little bit more on a personal level? When you guys are not doing music, tell us, what do you do? What do you do for fun?
Well, me on like what I enjoy, like if I'm not doing music or I'm not recording, then, I like to sometimes just kind of kick back, enjoy life. I love going to the beach, having walks on the beach, have a little picnic. Sometimes me and the family, we might barbecue. I love to work out, and in the mornings and stuff, I'll get my little jog on I feel like that's a good stress reliever. Like when I relieve my stress, like my jogging, walking, and then my mind gets clear. And, it says too when you take deep breaths and stuff like that, like it clears it clears you of negativity, and your energy is just, more vibrant. So, like, I love doing that, jogging and taking walks in the morning and, things like that. I love to travel. I live in New York. I live in Miami. I love New York. I used to be back and forth so much from New York to Cali. People are like, what state do you live in? You live in Cali or you live in New York? I'm like, both. That's how much I love it in the East. But, yeah, I mean, I love to travel, see the world, writing. I've always been like a heavy writer where I like to write poetry. I like to write music. I like to, just write in general. So, that's kind of some of the stuff I like to do. It's just kind of, I forgot to mention, I'm a movie lover. Like I can sit back and go to the movies, or sit back at home and put some good movies on, and that's just where I get my, get my little stress relief and fun, just, watching different, shows, programs, stuff like that.
Do you have a favorite dish? Like, what's your favorite food?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I love Italian food. I went to Olive Garden yesterday, and I had some chicken marsala. That's like one of my little favorite things, is I love Italian food.
Can you just let people know, apart from what they already know, what do you want to let people know about you that they don't already know?
What I would like people to know is that I'm a very giving person, very understanding. I love to see the world. I'm a traveler. I speak different languages, but a lot of people don't know because sometimes, I just don't do it. But I'm very family-oriented, very goal-oriented. I'm very ambitious. Like when I set my mind to something, like I really try. I try to focus and accomplish my goal. Like I'll sit there and brainstorm on some things and write it down and say, this is what I'm trying to achieve and what am I doing right now to get me to that goal. So I'm kind of like that. I like to have stuff written down so I could kind of see, and then I'll mark stuff off as a list. Like, okay, I did this and I did this, just to see how close I am to my goals, and that's just some things that I feel that is necessary to progress to the next level of whatever it is that you want to do. That you have to have something written down, and you have to write down the steps that you need to get there, and then slowly take those baby steps to get there. You don't have to make a huge jump, but at least knowing that you're moving forward is definitely how I like to plan my life. And a lot of things people don't know. I have won an award this year in February. I have my little plaque on my wall. I won for like best hip hop song and best on the West Coast and things like that. And then I was nominated again for a few more awards this year. And friends of mine trying to get me to do something with this huge venue. So I'm gonna look into that and see how that's gonna work out. But that's basically some things that people don't really know.
What one word best describes you?
But one word I get the most people say, ambitious.
That's a very powerful word.
Yeah, I hear people say it so much, so I'm like, okay, if the world sees that, then it must be true. I'm like...
Right, Tiff. What would you like to say to a young woman who is pursuing or would like to pursue what you do and would like to walk in your footsteps?
I would like to say to all the young women out there is just live your dreams and never give up, and always look into a situation that's offered to you and do your homework behind it. And make sure that you know who it is that you're doing business with, and you look them up, because a lot of times you'll get a lot of people because you're a woman that they want to take advantage of you, and they might not even be in this industry and try to like say, hey, I can get you in this and that, and then might try, just trying to flirt with you or something, or I have so many people that would send me like different things and stuff, and to find out like they're not trying to talk about no business. So you just have to be careful being a woman in this industry of people that's trying to come at you in unprofessional ways, and most of the time those people are not the people that's really in the music industry, because people that's really in the music industry, they're gonna look like, okay, this could be on the line if I say this kind of stuff. So you gotta be mindful of the way people present themselves to you, because I have more people flirting and trying to take me out on dates than actual talk about business. So you have to just be so mindful of that. So that's definitely one thing that young women have to be aware of, especially they see you attractive woman. You're going to get people that's going to see your social media of you promoting something, and they might just stay there in the music business just to get your attention and grasp it, but then their intentions might only be to get you on a date. So you just got to watch out for those people that's wasting your time and that's not about no business at all.
All right. Hearing from Kitty Cat, Hot Kitty Cat, Tiff Steiger. Ladies, prepare yourself to do hardcore business like she does. Doc SIZZLE, you've been around in the game for a long time. When you're not immersing yourself in music business, who is Doc SIZZLE? What do you do on your spare time? What do you do for fun?
Man, I love just enjoying life, man. I like to go out and have a good time. I'm a beach person. I like to walk on the beach and just think and just restart my brain. You know what I mean? Just kind of get something brand new going in my mind. Definitely like hanging with my kids. I do have kids. I have some twins. I like to just kind of sit back sometime and just trip off of them. Just, to see the mind grow. It's a joyful thing. I'm also a religious person, you know what I mean? I love to read the Bible and just, get my history on things and stuff like that. That's what I do on my spare time.
Very cool. So what advice would you give, to a young Doc SIZZLE who wants to get into the game, or who is already in the game and could really grow their business?
Well, I mean, first off, believe in what it is you do. Follow your dreams. Don't let nobody stop you or, try to knock what you're doing. And work hard for it. It takes hard work for anything you want to do. It's not going to come to you easy. So I would say just put in that work ethic and believe in what you do and just follow your dreams. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody change, what it is that you want to do.
Cool. I wanted to thank you guys for sharing your stories. I wanted to thank, Lyrics for, all the great questions and, adding on that hip hop really felt, that hip hop spirit is alive. You guys touched on a lot of great things. Can you guys just remind everybody how they can get in contact with you, how they can learn more about your brand?
Yes, absolutely. I'm on mostly all social media outlets. I'm on Instagram under Hot Kitty Cat. That's HOTT Kitty, and then Cat is spelled KAT. You can also Google me, and you can see a lot of things that I've done, and you can see also a lot of upcoming, projects, as well as my single that just dropped on June 10th called Down Low. That's Dino featuring Hot Kitty Cat, which is me. And it's so far getting a very, very good and positive feedback from different radio stations. And I'm also on Twitter. On Twitter, I'm under, it's actually Hot Kitty Cat at Tiffany Stiger. So you can look out for me on Twitter, and that's TIFFAMYSTIGER. That's on Twitter. And if you want to look for me on Facebook, I have my Facebook fan page set up. It also has a lot of upcoming things and things from the past and my music, as well as some videos on there. And you can definitely check me out on Facebook, Hot Kitty Cat. And yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me at.
All right, and for me, excuse me, it's Doc Sizzle, DOCSIZZLE. You can hit me up on Facebook /DocSizzle. You can hit me on the Instagram DocSizzle. You can hit me on Twitter DocSizzle. You want to check out some of my music? I do have some things right now that's in stores. You can check me out on the G Unit mixtape. It's called Three Willin' and Dealin'. That's a project right there I'm involved with. You could also check me out on Snoop Dogg, Welcome to the Church. You could also check me out on the album on Snoop Dogg, Compton and Long Beach. That's a project that I'm involved in. So if y'all want to hear some of my music, make sure y'all check out them projects and catch me in the streets. You know what I mean?
All right, we got it, guys.